Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Ban TikTok. Cannibalism in Haiti. Where is Kate? And where's the rest of Biden's Snickers? It's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, the House tomorrow is going to vote on a bill that would ban TikTok. Sort of. It would require the communist Chinese-controlled company ByteDance to sell TikTok, or else then it would ban it. Biden signals that he may sign the bill if it passes. It'll probably pass the House. Not sure about the Senate. Very interesting debate here because it has odd bipartisan bedfellows here. So what do you think? Should we ban TikTok in America? The House votes tomorrow. Haiti is in more turmoil than normal. U.S. Southern Command said that they airlifted non-essential personnel from the U.S. Embassy. The European Union and Germany did the same thing. There's a video going around the internet. It was taken off Twitter, but it showed the top gang leader in Haiti eating another person. It's a cannibalism. Turns out the video was from a couple years ago, but still, the gang leader's name, by the way, Barbecue. The president of El Salvador saw the video and he said, "We saw similar images in El Salvador a few years ago. Gangs bathing with the skulls of their victims. All the experts said they couldn't be defeated because they were a, quote, intrinsic part of our society. They were wrong. We obliterated them. The same must be done in Haiti." The Kate Middleton drama continues. This is the only royal news I've ever cared about, by the way. But apparently Kate Middleton is missing or hasn't been seen for a couple weeks. So she posted a picture of her with her 3 kids, but it was obviously photoshopped or an AI picture. And enough people said so, and they admitted it. Her people wrote back, "Like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing." What? All the news agencies put a kill notice on the picture saying you're not allowed to use it in official print because it's not a real picture. So the question is, where is Princess Kate? Joe Biden, in his State of the Union address, said too many corporations raise their prices to pad their profits, blaming inflation on big business. He said snack companies think you won't notice when they charge you just as much for the same size bag, but with fewer chips in it. You get charged the same amount and you get 10% fewer Snickers in it. Well, Snickers wrote back and said, "We have not reduced the size of Snickers singles or share size in the U.S. Snickers says that they are absorbing the higher prices from inflation. Aren't we all? I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. Bill O'Reilly has your message of the day. Next.
If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Tuesday, with apologies to the late Aretha Franklin, President Biden may be Zooming us. Last week, I was surprised to hear that Fair Share is back, an oldie but a goodie brought to us by a genuine oldie. That's right, after 3 years under Joe, U.S. corporations are still not paying enough tax to the government, leaving Aunt Bee and Uncle Lester bereft, bothered, and bewildered as they struggle to survive because General Motors has all the money. But if we re-elect Joe, he will finally get the cash from the fat cats, he says. So we have to be patient. Joe's on it. As they say in Australia, no worries, mate. The president at the State of the Union looked dapper, and Vice President Harris looked well turned out as she popped up and down from her seat, applauding like a seal on steroids. In fact, about the only time Kamala didn't clap was when her boss said Lincoln Riley instead of Laken Riley, and then used the word illegal. Whoa. Now, the president is feeling good this week. After his speech, his campaign raised more than $10 million. Democrats say, hey, I told you, Joe Biden is sharp. Look at him out there. Well, you want to believe that? Believe it. I prefer to judge the president on his record. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, let's get to the mail. We got Mary Jane, concierge member, and we really encourage you to look into that program, an insurance policy for your life at a very small price. Get a free book. I mean, we want to help you. We like you guys. Mary Jane, your analysis of State of the Union was spot on. However, I don't understand why you mentioned that former President Trump never admits a mistake. Didn't Trump get enough bashing during the speech? I wasn't bashing Trump. I'm just saying that's what he's got in common with Biden. And that's the truth. I got to tell the truth. I mean, it's a compulsion that I have. Mark, if Biden gets reelected, nothing will get done. Nothing. If Trump gets elected, he will step on everyone who's in his way. Can also be our first criminal for president. Should be a good time either way. Okay, I mean, look, 30% of the public doesn't want him. Either of them. Maybe it's higher than that. I mean, I get it. But if you look at how Trump governed the country in his 4 years, light years better than what Biden's doing. Light years. Dusty, I'll go ahead and say it. Anyone who would vote for Biden does not have the best interest of our country in mind. Not only the country, but themselves. If you're going to vote for Biden, you're voting against your own self-interest because socialism, as I said, is going to come roaring down the track. And that means you're going to be paying more money to state and federal government. You want to do that? Jeffrey Link, Wyckoff, New Jersey. Will migrants be permitted to vote and be considered in the census? Yes on the census, no on the vote. Some of them will sneak it, but it is against the law for non-American citizens to vote. In a moment, something you might not know. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 15 years ago today, a Manhattan financier pleaded guilty in federal court to the biggest fraud in human history. In total, a con man stole billions of dollars and ruined countless lives. Here is the story of Bernie Madoff. Young Bernard opened his first trading firm in 1960. Within a decade, the company was the most successful independent brokerage house on Wall Street. Using his legitimate business as a front, Madoff then launched an illegal hustle. The scam was this. Instead of actually buying stocks for clients, Madoff pocketed their cash. He then forged documents showing massive gains, but no actual transactions were made. To keep the operation going, Madoff took money from new investors and gave it to the old investors. a classic Ponzi scheme. For the next 20 years, people were sent phony statements showing consistently high and completely bogus returns. The sham fell apart in 2008. With the economy in freefall, Madoff's swindle began to disintegrate. On December 10th, he informed his family of the fraud. His children reported the crime to the FBI to cover their own butts. Their father was taken into custody the next day. On March 12, 2009, Madoff pleaded guilty to dozens of felonies. He was sentenced to 150 years behind bars, died in federal prison a decade later. And here's something else you might not know. The fallout from Madoff's scheme was the most devastating case of fraud in U.S. history. Victims included universities, teachers' unions, charities. Holocaust survivor and Nobel Prize winner Elie Wiesel lost his entire life savings. Other famous Americans who took big hits: Larry King, Steven Spielberg, Kevin Bacon, Jeffrey Katzenberg, the current co-chair of President Biden's re-election campaign. Total damage from the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme, $65 billion lost. Back after this. Our freedoms should never be taken for granted. They must be cherished, protected, and defended. When corporations pander to the liberal agenda, they must be punished. When corporations stand up for conservative values, they should be supported. This brings me to Freedom 2.0, the bottled water company that proudly represents us. They have hilarious sayings on each bottle like, "This water ain't woke," and "bottled with liberal tears." Use the code BILL for a 15% discount and subscribe to Freedom 2.0. We must never discount freedom, but we can discount water as long as you use the code BILL. Please visit freedom20.com to order now. That's freedom, the number 2, the letter O.com. Freedom20.com, use code BILL for 15% off. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. For more news and honest analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.